Riders, welcome back to the channel, and today I'm here with Jackie, my mate, who is a mechanic and he doesn't speak a lot of English, but so he's going to explain to us what we're doing and I'm going to explain it in English. So actually what we're doing today is we are upgrading the charger. It's a €200 upgrade and apparently it makes the shock way better. Basically transforms the Yari, which is the basic rock shock, into the Lyrik Ultimate, more or less. There's a few little differences, but more or less that's the main difference. So that is a €200 upgrade, and we're also going to change the air spring from 160 to 180 because I have decided to try and run 27 in front and back on the Decoy, so I need to lift the suspension a little bit so the geometry is more or less the same as factory. Anyway, Jackie, ¿tú puedes decir cómo haces ahora?
Ok, pues nada, vamos a brindar porque salga bien. Sí. Y vamos a desmontar primero la horquilla, separar todas las piezas y limpiarlas.
Vale.
Y luego montamos las piezas nuevas.
Okay.
¿Vale?
So riders, what we're first going to do is we're going to take apart the whole shock, the whole fork. We're going to clean everything, and then we're going to install the charger and then the air spring. And you need to know that you don't need to do both of these upgrades at once. You can do them either or, and it's a pretty similar procedure.
Sale a presión.
Yeah. What Jackie's doing right now is he's taking off the lower legs. So he's released the cinco. ¿Es cinco?
Llave de 5,
Sí.
llave Allen de 5.
Yeah.
Se afloja un poco el tornillo y hay que darle un golpe seco para que salga.
Ah, sí. Sí, sí, sí.
Ya suelta el tubo.
Sí.
Pero freír con martillo de teflón.
Sí. Okay, so on the forks at the bottom, you have two 5mm Allen keys. You want to loosen them 3 or 4 turns, and then hit it lightly with a rubber mallet. It basically has a seal, so we're just taking that seal off. Now we're letting the oil out of the lower. Oh, it's quite dirty oil. Unfortunately, riders, I can't find my GoPro. I would be liking to do some close-ups, but we're still building and there's crap everywhere in the house, so I'm sorry, there's no close-up. But any questions, hit me up.
Este aceite lo que hace es lubricar por dentro para que vaya suave la horquilla. Ya vemos que está un poco gastado. Cada 6 meses conviene limpiar la horquilla y cambiar el aceite.
Vale. Yeah, well, Jackie's just saying that the oil that we're taking out of the fork now is to lubricate the whole fork as it moves up and down. And you should change the oil every 6 months. Well, you should clean the forks. You should do like a 50-hour service on your forks, and you can probably, maybe you can see it's quite dirty. It's not terrible, but it's dirty.
Esto es un líquido para limpiar los frenos, discos de frenos. Es desengrasante.
Ah, vale. Sí.
Entonces, como no hacemos un mantenimiento completo, que normalmente deberíamos cambiar estos retenes y lo que lleva debajo, solo vamos a limpiarlo para meter grasa nueva y aceite nuevo.
Vale.
Con este líquido.
Okay. So what we're going to use now is you're going to use brake cleaner that you'd use for your disc brakes, because we're not going to do a full service. We're just going to do a clean. Normally, when you're doing a full service, you need to take out these seals and replace them or clean them. But we're doing a clean. So we're basically just pushing through brake cleaner, which is degreaser. So we're just degreasing them. Don't get it. Cuidado con mi cerveza,
Esto es alcohol puro.
Jackie's saying it's pure alcohol. So this service should take maybe 2 hours, an hour and a half, 2 hours. So we've allowed 2 hours for it just to make sure we don't rush. I mean, I'm not a mechanic, but it's interesting to see how this happens.
Se pueden comprobar que los retenes están blandos, la goma está muy bien todavía,
Sí, porque
no
son
está,
nuevas.
no está desgastada.
And Jackie's saying, well, you can check the seals at the top. You can feel it. And these forks, they're 6 months old. They're very new, so they're fine, absolutely fine. Now,
ahora vamos a desmontar las partes interiores.
okay, so now we're going to take out the air spring and the charger. And I think,
Ahora hay que soltar el aire.
okay, now you need to take out the air, 100%, or you can damage your fork.
¿Sabes la presión que llevas aquí?
No pasa nada porque estoy cambiando de alta.
Ah, vale.
So, Jackie was just saying it's important to remember the pressure that you had. So because we're changing the actual stroke, we're going from 160 to 180. It's not really important because it's going to be different. But it's a good idea to note down your rebound settings and your air pressure. And it's good to know the tool Jackie is using is the same tool that when you take off your cassette on the back of your bike, which I didn't know, and I actually had one. So far we've used a cassette tool and a 5mm Allen key. Now, there's
El cartucho de aire que lo tenemos que volver a montar.
So this is I'm actually running 3 spaces. Anyone that's riding the Decoy base, it's good to know. I like a stiff bike, but I didn't actually know there was 3 tokens in it. I like a progressive fork, and there's 3 tokens. So we need to clean all this, and we'll use this again.
Hay que sacar el exit clip, se llama.
That's it. And you need a special tool. They're like long nose pliers. Let me go up to the camera. You need these tools, which look like thin nose pliers, but they're actually to release like a special clip from RockShox, which comes like this. So that just holds the pressure, and we release that clip. That's it, come on, see. There. So that is the air spring. Gone. Takes a bit of pressure, you need to push the stroke in, yank it out. Yeah. 2 centímetros más.
Esto es más recorrido
Sí.
para la horquilla.
Sí.
Esta pieza es la que limita el recorrido.
Sí.
Y aquí tienes 170 y esto es 180, ¿verdad?
Sí. I mean, this is super interesting. I'm going to come up to the camera. I didn't know this, but you can change the actual height of your suspension, so you can go from 160 to 170, 180 on the Lyriks and the Yaris, and it's just the air spring. So this is a 180, and this is a 160. So I think it's pretty interesting.
Esto es una grasa especial que o bien está recomendada por SRAM, por la marca RockShox, o bien debería ser vaselina, no grasa. La grasa lo que hace es comerse las gomas.
Okay,
La grasa sintética.
so we're using special SRAM RockShox grease here, and you need to grease the head, the actual seal, and we're using. But Jackie's saying, if you're in a pinch, don't use normal grease. You could use Vaseline, but the best is to use the correct grease. So that goes straight back in there. Okay, so Now we put the air spring back in, greased everything with the correct grease.
Es muy importante comprobar que ha entrado en su sitio. Es girar un poco y ya sabemos que está bien.
Okay, so this clip that I'm not sure what it's called, I'm sure it has a name, but we need to make sure that it's got a very little groove inside the forks. You need to put it in and you need to turn it around a little bit and make sure it's in su sitio, which means it's in its place. It's very important. You can damage the fork and probably damage yourself. So,
ya podemos montar parte de arriba.
Vale.
La parte de arriba, estas piezas de plástico son llamados tokens.
Sí.
Esto lo que hace es disminuir la cámara de...
Más progresivo, ¿no? Sí.
Efectivamente, que la curva de la suspensión que sea más progresiva. Entonces, en cuanto más tokens metemos, menos aire tenemos dentro y la horquilla es más progresiva.
Sí. So, what Jackie was saying, and probably you riders will understand this, I have 3 tokens in my bike, and I was surprised that my bike came with 3 tokens, but I also was surprised that there was no extra tokens in the kit from YT. So they're all installed, makes sense, so they come fully installed. And you can have 1 token, 2 tokens, 3 tokens, and what it does is make your air spring more progressive. And I love poppy bikes, so we're basically going to leave the 3 tokens in there. But it's interesting to play around with your bike and have a go at putting 1 token in, 2 tokens, 3 tokens, and you'll feel how different that shock is. We cleaned the thread, and now there's extra rubber seal. We're putting the grease on, and on a little bit on the thread as well. Just make it nice and clean, and it goes back inside the fork. And la tension aquí es la mano. Vale. Okay, so the tension.
Aquí no hay que apretar mucho,
no.
Porque lleva junta.
Hay pressure.
Que, sí, pero la junta hace presión. Aquí es que haga
bien con la mano.
Que esté cerrado y que haga tope, pero no hace falta apretar muy fuerte.
So what Jackie's saying is, like a lot of the bikes, you need to do it to a certain torque. Just do this by hand. Don't over tighten it. It's got air pressure inside anyway, so it just needs to be tightened by hand. Okay, so the air spring is done. Now we're on to the charger. And as I said, this is the new 2.1 charger, which comes in the Lyrik Ultima. So basically for 230 euros, I'm changing my basic Yaris to the top of the line, more or less. They say there's a few differences in special grease they use and all that stuff, but I would say this is the money right here.
Vamos a desmontar el otro cartucho que sale una pieza entera. Es un cartucho completo.
Vale. Okay, so now we're taking out the old charger, and it's using a 24 ratchet, and which is strange because that's the old system, and RockShox and now have gone to using the cassette tool for both sides. So in the future, if you've got new forks, you're only going to need the cassette tool. So we're taking that out, and this is the old charger. A bunch of oils coming out. So we're taking that out. This is the old charger, and it's very, whoa, mucho líquido, eh? A lot of oil came out. It's a very, very different charger.
En esta horquilla es un baño de aceite.
Es un baño.
Sí, se llama así.
Sí, tengo.
Y esta pieza es la que hace el rebote, controla el rebote de la horquilla. Ahora nosotros sacamos todo el cartucho, toda la pieza, y vamos a poner un cartucho entero nuevo.
So Jackie's saying this was like an oil bath of a dampener. Very different to what we're putting in. We're just going to clean it and I'll show you the difference. I'm surprised. I didn't think it would be that different, but it is quite a lot different. So this is the old one, you can see here. And this is the new one, the Charger 2.0. I mean, it's very, very different. Now, that's out and this is going in. So once again, we take out the pressured sort of spring bolt that comes out. Yeah. So we are cleaning it again, the other side with, what have we got here? The brake fluid again, brake cleaning fluid. So that is basically just spray degreaser. So we've degreased that, get rid of that oil, that's gone. Give it a nice clean.
Este es el sistema antiguo.
Sí.
El pistón y la cámara
Lleno
de aceite.
Sí, sí, sí.
En el baño.
Sí. Muy diferente, La nueva sistema es muy diferente.
Esta es pieza nueva.
Sí.
El aceite lleva dentro.
Sí. Más limpia, más fácil.
Si te fijas, mira.
Oh, Lynn. Sí.
Ahí pasa el aceite que está dentro del tubo.
Sí, sí, sí.
¿Ves?
Sí. Muy bien. Okay, riders, I want to show you that. That's super cool. Okay, so the actual oil in the Charger, look at this, expanding. So I can see how this is going to be plusher. Okay, I'm definitely into this upgrade now. I thought it was a bit of a waste of money, to be honest, but it's looking... Okay, so we're greasing it again with the specific RockShox grease. And it goes in from the top of the fork. And again, we're going to tighten that up by hand. No, we don't need any special torque. Okay, so now we have the new Charger and the new air spring installed.
Ya tenemos todo listo para montar las botellas.
Okay, so everything now, so the Charger, the new air spring, the Charger 2.1, the new air spring is installed, everything's clean. Now we're ready to put the lower legs back on. We've cleaned the lower legs as well. So now this is an important part. You want to check your manuals. You need to make sure you use the right it's not grease, we need to use the right oil. And for ours is este, no? It's este. Okay, so there's different oil for different forks. So check your manual, and you're really gonna want to check out one, what oil you need to put in it, and two, the quantity. This we're putting in 10 mils cada piena, no? 10 milliliters.
Cada botella.
Cada botella.
10 mililitros cada botella.
Okay, so 10 milliliters from each leg. The new Charger actually comes with all new dials.
Trae un retén dentro que va debajo del dial grande.
And there's a little black rubber washer that you need to install on the inside. I mean, if you're half handy, you can do this. I mean, I reckon I could do this again now after I've seen it. And I'm not a great mechanic at all. Okay, so that goes on. We tighten that up with, it looks like a 2 mil. So we're just using degreaser to clean everything again. Get all the dirt and everything off. You don't want anything in here.
Es importante montarlo muy limpio.
So it's very, very important to install the lower forks super clean. Any bit of dirt will work as sandpaper and it will fuck your forks up.
Dentro de los retenes vamos a meter también grasa. A pesar de aceite que luego metemos en las botellas, dentro del retén la grasa ayuda mucho a la suavidad de la horquilla.
Vale. So Jack is just saying, on the inside of the forks, where the lower legs go back onto on the stanchions, he's just putting a little bit of grease on the inside, just so it just helps it move up and down. Sorry about my explaining here, riders. It's on the fly. I'm watching it and learning. But yeah, use your hand to rub it around, make it nice and clean, even. And there we are. Forks are clean, stanchions are clean, lower legs are clean. So now lower legs go onto the stanchions. Okay, so basically you want to do this very slowly and gently. You want to get this one stanchion in just a little bit and then guide in the next one and then push them down.
Suave.
Sí.
Ahora se separa un poco para que no llegue hasta final y vamos a echar aceite para adentro.
Okay, so once the stanchions are on, you don't want to put them all the way on. You need space for the oil. So now we are putting in RockShox 030W, and we're going to put 10 mil in each side. That's what, and riders, it's super important to read the manual and work out. This would have to be one of the most important parts. Work out how much oil you need in each side of the forks. So
10 en cada tubo, ¿vale?
Okay, so Jackie's filled it up with 20 and he's putting in 10 each side. Okay, and now we're turning the fork upside down and we're pushing the stanchions, pushing the lower legs down onto the stanchions, so we can actually close, we can tighten the forks back up. Okay, so
no hay que apretar muy fuerte.
So
llevas su junta y el aceite no se sale, solo es para que no se desatornille.
Exactly. Okay, so and Jackie's saying, and like everything with the RockShox, nothing is over torqued. It has a rubber seal, so you don't want to over torque it. You just do it by hand. I mean, don't over tension and make sure no oil is leaking. And then you just, this is just the cap, es un tapa, ¿no?
Esto es el dial de rebote.
Sí.
El dial que controla el rebote.
Yeah.
Entonces entra a presión con su junta y luego tiene
¿Cómo? Sí.
Tiene un tornillo para ajustarlo.
So that's the rebound knob. You just need to tighten that up by hand again. Ya estamos, casi.
El otro tornillo tenemos que utilizar el antiguo.
Okay, and so we're just tightening up the other leg now, and it's using the old bolt from the old fork, and again, it's by hand.
Ya tenemos la horquilla lista para montar en la bicicleta.
Vale, perfecto. So the fork is done. We have the new 180 spring, we have the new 2.1 charger, which I'm very excited to try. It is very different to the old one, and Jackie, muchas gracias, tío.
Ahora, si funciona bien, ya lo tendrás que decir tú, el experto en descenso.
Sí, bueno. And Jackie was saying, I'm an expert at downhilling apparently, and so I'm about to tell if this new charger is any good and if it was installed correctly, which I know it was. Jackie, thank you so much, mate.
Thank you.
Es un pleasure. Riders, tienes una preguntas en español, or if you have questions in English, we can ask Jackie, we can ask myself. I hope you liked it. I think it is something that you can do yourself. You don't need that many tools. You need time, you need a bit of patience, you need to read the manual, watch these videos, and I reckon you can do it. I'm really excited to test the new charger, and next week I will be now doing 27 front and back on the Decoy, 27 plus 27 back on the Decoy, and I will bring out the ultimate wheel tyre guide for the Decoy next week. So until then, riders, you stay classy and I'll see you next Friday.
Salud.
Salud!
Oye,